What's up guys, it's Captain Production 72 of a sad yet really cool video. This is the final episode in my over a year-long series of tracking down and buying every LEGO clone trooper there is. As you guys know, I've recently got the series back on the go for the final 2 episodes it really needed to finish off, because there was a 4 or 5 month gap where, I was sidetracked by other projects, moving, just all those things, but we're finally concluding the series, which is crazy. I mean, this series has not been cheap, but I got a lot of these figures I owned, or a good amount of them I owned prior to starting this last year in September. And this has been a fun journey. Today we're gonna add the final 6 minifigures, so we're going out for bang with this one. I am planning to do another series like this that you guys will see maybe a week from when this goes up, something like that. This stand, fun fact, will not be able to accommodate what we're doing. Some of you from the live streams I've been doing on TikTok might know what we're already talking about, because I did let it slip there. But we have the final minifigures, and we're going to go in order of newest to oldest. And fun fact, the oldest is the one that makes the most sense to be the final figure we're doing. I kind of always thought that would be the final figure. It's not the final one to arrive. There's one minifigure, and I'll point it out as we go over them, that I had to wait additional time for this one to arrive, but we're going to go through them. I hope you guys have enjoyed the series so far. It's been one of my most successful projects on here, and I've enjoyed it a lot. Plus, it'll be kind of cool, because I do plan to continue on doing this, not the series itself, but owning all the clones. It'll be kind of cool every year, my clone army to go, well, by the way, this is one of the few clone armies on YouTube that has one of every LEGO clone. So I have some clones, my experience overall is there's been some that have been a pain in the ass to have to go buy because of variants. Like EP13, both minifigures are the same. One has a helmet, one has hair. But the one set that figure was in, you had the option of helmet or hair. But there's no other, just for context, right? In the 2011 Millennium Falcon, you get a Luke Skywalker. You can have the blast shield, helmet, or his hair. But they don't count those as separate minifigures depending on the accessory. It's just one of those weird oddities. But, I've got 2 EP14s now. There's a few clone troopers here, like, with Commander Greed. Oh, the tan colour is slightly different. It's not even noticeable, but that's kind of like my few criticisms of doing this. But I've had so much fun. Let's start off with a figure that people argued on live stream was a clone trooper. I was going to buy the set he comes in anyway, so it wasn't a big deal. We have what I'm calling the Akbar clone from, I think it's Build Your Own Galaxy or something. I've not actually watched it. But it's that one from the Jedi Bob Starfighter. It's more or less just a phase 1/2 clone, because both of those now have the same printing with an Akbar head. Quite literally, this minifigure goes down here, and because that's the most recent clone trooper. I never kind of saw myself owning a clone trooper with an Akbar head. It's probably the weirdest figure out here. Next, we're going to the year before, and it is a minifigure that is kind of controversial in the LEGO community. A lot of people don't like it, and I can kind of see why. But, I'm happy we have this minifigure all these years later. The fact that we're getting all these commanders, we've got Cody, we've got Rex come back, we've had Fox, and this is Fox that we're holding. This is proving good. We could get more commanders in the Phase 2 armor, because we never really got any back in the day. I think the only one we got was Rex and Gree, but it's a pretty decent minifigure apart from that torso, which I completely get. And like everyone else, I would like the torso color isn't the thing that annoys me the most. I'm more so on the fence, like, why is there no physical commas for the legs? You know what I mean? That is what I would like. But other than that, pretty cool minifigure. Got the same guns that Rex has. But yeah. He goes between the Shock Trooper and Captain Rex from 2023. Just sits in right there. The next one is one of those variants I was talking about, where there's slight unnoticeable changes almost. And in that case, it is this minifigure here, the Kashyyyk. I don't mind so much, I suppose, because it's not a named character that's like that. And it's army building. It's the Kashyyyk clone from 2019 from that 20th anniversary set. I would be more annoyed when it comes to named clones, which we do have one of coming up. But, it's an alright clone. It's one of those final... I believe this would have been the final clone trooper. I could be wrong. This would have been the final clone to have the angry clone head. That head got a good 6-year run. He goes between the Phase 1 clone from 2018 and the 2019 Commander Gree. you know, right there behind Wrecker. Fits there pretty nice. So, got 3 more to go. The last episode actually contained the original version, so this is one of those variants I maybe don't mind so much. I'm not too sure how many Clone Trooper lieutenants you would have, but I have the other lieutenant. What's the difference between this and the last one? Leg printing. I'll even take it off and show you guys. And his helmet came right off, but that is quite literally the difference. But, you know, I suppose a lieutenant's not too bad. I do like the look, though. I see the colour scheme of the lieutenant is pretty damn cool. Of course, you take it off, Angry Conehead. This minifigure specifically is from 2015's Hellfire Droid, which that was one of the harder figures to find. I actually just bought printed clone legs that were the same ones as the minifigure has, and bought myself so I had to go buy another one of the 2013 polybag ones. The one from 2013 was just a polybag. But in 2015 they changed his legs out and I could not find one of those. So I literally just bought a 2013 one and a set of the legs. That was the only way I could do that without, like, all the listings of that one on eBay were more or less just, you know, foreign countries. And I can't be bothered, one, waiting or paying the extra money and shipping. So I've got 2 Clone Troopers left. The next one is from 2013, which, fun fact, 2013 was the year we got the most Lego Clone Troopers. I mean, we got a good few Clone Wars ones, some of the most iconic ones. And we got those Episode 2 redesigns. But next minifigure is a Special Forces Clone Trooper, which, you know, is from the Jack 14 Starfighter, which it's a unique clone. It's got the Angry Conehead because it's 2013. It's kind of got that nice Phase 2 design. I do like the pauldron. It kind of breaks it up a bit, but overall, I have to say, this is one of those figures I never saw. I was never aiming to buy this figure until I done this series, but yeah, pretty cool. Fun fact, this is the clone I was talking about. Like, this is the final one I had to wait for, so technically it's the final clone to arrive for this series. I always wondered in my head, right, what would be the final one I had to buy, or final one to arrive. Ended up being this guy. He goes next to Jack 14, behind the 212 Trooper, and in front of the Sergeant. So the final Clone Trooper is the most fitting one to end this off, right? It's a namesake of the channel, and this figure, right, I kept saying to myself for probably the better part of the year, I'm going to buy the set he comes in, which is 7675, the ATTE. I kept saying, right, I'm going to buy that. I kind of chose not to. At some point, I'm going to buy the set later on down the line without the figures, because all those figures I have, and quite a few of them anyway. So, we have Captain Rex. And this minifigure is pretty cool. He's an iconic one. So what's the difference? Why did I buy another one? So I bought this one, and there's this other one, right, that I've had with the antenna. So with the one with the antenna, I've had for 7 years. Got it in the Battle for Geonosis before that set was worth crazy money. And the one difference is the antenna, which I never understood, right? Because whenever you get one of these clone commanders in a set, and for instance, I got quite a few of these back in the day as well, and with modern clones, you get a little bag full of all the different accessories. But if I was to swap them out, they don't count them as different variants. In this case, they do. But, you know, it's pretty cool. You know, as a namesake of the channel, really nice condition. I got this one in as well, like new. He goes between the Clone Pilot and Commander Cody. And, well, in front of you, you're looking at all 107 Lego clones that exist. Yes, there's those weird ones that I've not bought. Like, for instance, I only bought the ones that were available in sets. Because that's technically how Brickset counts them. I went from 2002 all the way up to 05 on Brickset. Anything that was a Clone Trooper, I put into the list. That's how I done it. There's some pretty cool ones here. My personal favourite is, you know, the Shadow Earth Trooper. And, you know, there's some figures here that I would not have bought otherwise. For example, when I started this, right, 6 months prior, I actually bought a clone. It was a Minifig Customs Phase 2 Rex, because I didn't want to pay the money for a Phase 2 Rex, and he's right there. The Shadow Earth Trooper was one I always wanted. It was kind of cool to get. You know, the old man clones, I really wanted those. You know, I was also, like, all these figures I would have bought anyway, and that's kind of what gave me an idea of why not make a series out of it. You know, it's kind of crazy. You know, the very first clone, and this one's a bit yellowed. One sec. I do have a new torso for this. I got it cheap because I wanted the helmet. There we go, I had a spare body lying around. But it started with this and ended with this absolute freak of nature. But it's kind of interesting. This is 25 years of LEGO Clone Troopers. Well, 22 realistically. But in the 25 years that LEGO Star Wars has been around, this is all the Clone Troopers I've got. And you know, the hardest thing for me is picking a favourite clone. See, the one Clone Trooper I look at and go, is my favourite. Like, it's probably the one I have the most of. Right? I have nearly 100... Really, that's not that exact one. There it is. I have almost 100 of these guys, the 2008 Phase 1. So that's kind of my favourite to army build. But my favourite, other than that, and he's actually just fallen off the stand. Yep, that's great. Got a bit of blooper in the video. But one of my favourite clones, and I actually have two of them, is the Kashyyyk Scout. Pretty cool clone trooper. I initially, fun fact, I bought one for the series, and then I was like, a few months later, I was like, hey, I kind of want that 05 turbo tank. Got another one. If I had to pick a clone that I like the least, that's a difficult question. That clone would be, like, it's kind of easy. I don't like the Akbar clone that much. That's probably the clone I dislike the most. Most people would go after, you know, all the ones that had bad print jobs or printed on capes and stuff. You know, another personal favourite I would like to point out is the 2012 ARC Trooper. Really cool. One of those best minifigures we got. Best clones as well. You know, Commander Wolf Phase 1 armour is quite cool. A really cool one is the OG Commander Fox from 2008. I prefer this over the new version, but do you know, I want to thank everyone who's watched all the episodes I've made of this in the last year. And you know, this is not the last time you're going to see these, because in a couple of days, few days, this will be going up on a Tuesday. So on the Friday, I plan to have a video going up, and it will be it'll be a big video covering all of these guys. And what we'll do is I'll section it off by year. So like all the 2002 clones will be one clone, all the 05 clones. Like I'll do it year by year case, which will be fun. But anyway, seeing as this is the last episode, we have but one thing to do, and it's to announce what the successor is. Technically, that already exists because the first episode did come out. Now that we're finished with this project, the next series will be collecting every Clone Wars minifigure. Something actually just fell there. Every Clone Wars minifigure, which will be a fun project in itself. A lot of these figures will return for that. It's a good thing to know I've already got all the clones sorted, but yeah. I'll see you guys. That thing already does have its first episode, but we're going to be doing the second one, which will be a lot better. This stand needs extending. There's that many Clone Wars characters. But I'll see you guys in that. Thank you very much for watching this. Collecting every Clone Wars minifigure should be out a week from when this comes out. So I'll see you then.